Hi, I'm Tom Wisniewski. Good morning. I'm Thomas Wisniewski, Director of the North Florida, South Georgia Veterans Health System. With deep respect and gratitude, each year we observe Memorial Day. This year, Memorial Day will be celebrated differently throughout our country. For the safety of all, many have canceled traditional Memorial Day ceremonies and are hosting virtual events such as this one. We are certainly experiencing challenging times in our world, our nation, our communities, our healthcare systems, and our personal lives. It is important that we never forget those that paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. We would also like to take a moment to honor all the healthcare workers that have been selfless in their treatment of our veterans and others during this pandemic. The fourth mission of VA is emergency management. Our healthcare system has provided support to the emergency management mission by deploying clinical personnel to New York City and New Orleans. In addition, VA has deployed 15 clinical support teams, 5 of which are from North Florida, South Georgia, to support private nursing homes across our great state of Florida. Our teams have provided infection control training, education on the proper donning and doffing of personal protective equipment, and proper hand washing techniques. As of May 14th, VA support teams have assisted 38 private nursing homes with 4,323 citizen residents. We should also remember the service workers that have put themselves in harm's way to ensure that we continue to stay safe and comfortable. Please know that we thank you for your selfless service. On this day, we bear witness, bringing honor and meaning to a tradition of tribute to our departed heroes, those courageous men and women who answered the call of duty and served in harm's way for the sake of this great nation. From the opening rounds of the American Revolution, fired in Lexington, to the incomprehensible devastation of our Civil War, through World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Those who have fought and still fight today so hard and valiantly in various parts of the world. Americans of every generation have been called upon to defend the frontiers of freedom. However, too many did not return to their families. Why have so many willingly faced the horrors of war? Why did they leave the safety of home and family for the dangers of the battlefield? Why have so many of our veterans freely given their blood and their lives? It was not to seek personal gain or a path to fame. Their country called, and they answered. A simple, patriotic response, which had such momentous consequences for their own lives and for the freedoms that we enjoy today as a result of their ultimate sacrifice. As we reflect on what might have been for those who died in service to America, we can conclude that a hope for a better country and a better world was one of their goals. It is up to us to follow forward towards that goal. In the words of our great American President, Abraham Lincoln, it is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated to the unfinished work which they have thus far so nobly advanced, and to bind up the nation's wounds by providing the best care possible for those who shall have borne the battle and their families. This is a task for all Americans, for those who are collectively are the United States, a task requiring love, understanding, and wisdom, a task that calls for increased devotion to a cause for which they gave their last full measure of devotion. This is what we remind ourselves on this Memorial Day 2020. And that is the message that we should carry this day and every day. God bless our nation, all of our veterans, and I'm going to start over. I'm going to take a drink first.